Kraft presents the Great Gildersleeve. The Kraft Cheese Company, who also bring you Bing Crosby every Thursday night, present each week at this time Harold Peary as the Great Gildersleeve, written by Leonard L. Levinson. We'll hear from the Great Gildersleeve in just a moment. But first, do you know what comes to my mind when I think of fresh bread, steaming hot baked potatoes, tasty pan-fried breakfast eggs, luscious cakes and cookies? Well, I think of that delicious modern margarine, Parquet margarine made by Kraft, because Parquet margarine makes all those good-tasting foods taste even better. Yes, Parquet's smooth, delicate flavor makes it grand for table use. Makes it a real flavor shortening for baking mouth-watering cookies, cakes, and pastries. Yes, and Parquet margarine is a delicious seasoning for hot vegetables. Makes pan-fried foods tastier, too. That's why I think of Parquet when all sorts of good foods come to mind. And another thing, whether you serve Parquet margarine at the table or use it for cooking, you can be sure it's good for your family. It's made from selected American farm products that are wholesome and nourishing. What's more, Parquet is a highly nourishing energy food, and every single pound contains 9,000 units of important vitamin A. So try economical Parquet margarine tomorrow. Just ask your dealer for Parquet, P-A-R-K-A-Y, the delicious margarine made by Kraft. And now let's visit our friend, the Great Gildersleeve.
More hot cocoa, Judge Hooker?
No, thanks, Bertie. I'm warm enough. My, but a nice fire feels good on a cold night, doesn't it, Gildersleeve?
How should I know? You've been blocking the heat in front of this fire all evening. If you're not careful, you'll give yourself a high hot foot.
But, gee, Uncle Mort, don't you think the fire is good for Judge Hooker's ideas?
I don't know what you mean, Leroy.
Well, you said they were just half-baked.
Yes. I don't recall. Young man, isn't it time for you to be in bed?
Yeah, but you promised I could stay up as long as we had company.
Well, that's right, only I never thought the company... excuse me, Judge, I guess my foot's fallen asleep.
Oh, you needn't hint, Gildersleeve. I'm going. Only it's been so cozy here, and the conversation's been so interesting.
Conversation? Sounded more like a monologue to me. Don't they let you talk down in your courtroom, Judge?
Poor man, he's just lonely and blue, that's all.
Who's lonely and blue? Why, just because I like the family atmosphere around here, in preference to sitting in that big, cold, empty house of mine, does that mean I'm lonely and blue?
Yes. Otherwise, you wouldn't come and stand in front of our fire and get all friendly and pink.
Well, maybe you're right.
You know what you need, Judge Hooker, is some good woman.
No, I don't. I've tried a dozen housekeepers, but they all quit.
Well, personally, I don't blame them, Judge. You're as crusty as a carload of peanut brittle.
What do you mean, crusty? I'll have you know that I'm still considered one of Summerfield's most eligible bachelors.
Yeah? Eligible for what? Social Security? Yeah. Leroy, aren't you in bed yet?
Oh, another hint. Bertie, my coat and hat, please.
Yes, sir.
Now, Judge, don't leave just because Leroy's going to bed. How about a game of old maid, or rummy?
No, thanks, Gildy. You play rummy like an old maid, and old maid like a rummy.
Oh, a bad loser, eh?
Here's your wraps, Judge. Now be sure and bundle up well.
Thank you.
My, I don't blame the government for clamping down on the weather reports.
Why, Bertie?
Well, the less said about this weather, the better.
I guess you're right. Well, good night, folks.
Yeah. Good night, you little legal loophole.
Now, don't be too harsh on him, Mr. Gildersleeve. The poor man is only hungering for companionship.
Yes, and our food.
Why, when he looks at you in this nice house with your nice niece and nephew and eating all the nice meals I fixed, he gets so green it looks like spring is here again.
Yeah. You know, deep down, Bertie, I really like the little duffer. And when I spoke about him needing a good woman, I didn't mean a housekeeper. I meant a good wife.
There's some nice ladies that he might take to.
Take two? That'd be bigamy, Bertie. You really only allowed one.
Leon, are you going to marry off the judge?
Well, I don't want to count my chickens before they're hatched, but Leroy, I thought I told you to go to bed.
You did, Uncle Mort, twice.
Well, I'm not going to tell you again.
Gee, that's swell, Uncle. It was getting sort of monotonous.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going right now.
Yeah.